the station that's on your side. This is Channel 7 News Good Morning Arkansas.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Good Morning Arkansas. So as the final days of 2020 come to an end, many across the country are eager to maybe close out this chapter and ring in the new year. Of course, 2021 is a year of many unknowns after much surprises around every corner, you could say, in 2020. And one thing is for sure, the housing market, at the very least, is still super hot right now and has remained hot since the early days of the pandemic, fueled by historically low rates and a shift in lifestyles. But will the housing market remain this incredible in 2021? That's the question we have here this morning. And here to give us an understanding on maybe what we can expect a little bit is Patrick Dennis, loan officer with the Bank of Little Rock Mortgage. Patrick, thanks for joining us. We know that the housing market has been awesome in 2020. What do we think is going to impact that in 2021? How do we think that's going to look?
Yeah, so thanks for having me. In 2020, what we've seen is obviously the coronavirus impacted all of our lives in different areas, and the housing market was definitely hit by that. In your normal seasonal pattern, March is the kickoff for home sales, March and April, but as you know, that's when the coronavirus started kicking in for us. So it kind of delayed things. July, it started getting a little bit hotter as far as the market goes. Low inventory really kept that rolling in low rates. And we were busy up through November. So that being said, inventories are still low. So going into 2021, I got to see the same picture until, vaccines kick in and people are really ready to open up their houses and get ready to sell. We'll see if March is that official kickoff again.
Wow, it'll definitely be interesting to see what comes of the next year. Do you expect the cost of housing to rise in 2021?
What we've seen here is a lot of bidding wars lately. A house goes on the market due to that low inventory. You get 6 or 7 offers in that same day on some of these houses. So that tends to raise prices. And as those sales go and they're going over list price, they have nothing but to do than go up this year. And that kind of, I think that'll still push into 2021 since the inventory is low. And I think those prices will go up. Who knows for how long? We'll see how that plays out. But, the moral of that whole situation is be ready, be pre-qualified, be ready to jump at any moment, because if you're bidding $200,000 on a house, make sure you're ready to spend $225,000 if you get in one of those bidding wars, and make sure you want to spend that amount of money as well. So getting pre-qualified is the key to that whole deal.
Okay, definitely good reminders to keep in mind there. Now, as a representing member of the millennial community, I want to know, are millennials playing a big role in this market right now?
You guys are. There's no question about it. I think all generations are taking advantage of the low rates and the situations out there. Even we're seeing Gen Z, younger people who were kind of in apartments, and during this pandemic, you're at home wanting more space, working at home, wanting an extra room. And why not pay yourself instead of pay the landlord and, renting? It just makes more sense to go out there and buy something where you might have a lower payment than your rent. You got a backyard, just someplace to go rather than sitting in that apartment. But yeah, we see all generations either upgrading or going out there to buy their first home right now, or at least trying to.
Pretty cool. Curious as to what you think about the stay-at-home orders that we've been having. You just mentioned a lot of people are staying at home. Do you think that the stay-at-home orders of COVID are going to roll into 2021 as well?
I think they're going to roll into 2021 and even beyond that. I think we're just seeing what can happen over, what's happened with the pandemic, and we're changing our lifestyles. I mean, people working from home. Obviously, I'm working from home. So they're looking for more space. In 2001, I think 15% of people in the United States worked from home. In 2018, the numbers went to 25%. Can you imagine what they're going to be? 21, 22. They're going to be well above that 25% mark. So they're looking for that space for an office. They're also looking for, yards, pools. Houses with pools are big sales right now. Basketball courts. We're seeing just people buying, acreage to create their own compound.
Pretty cool stuff. What other shifts in buying patterns do you think we might see in 2021?
Yeah, so for us in our sales cycle, we're already in 2021, being in December of 2020. Most of the loans that I'm getting right now are for January, February of 21. We're seeing a lot of investment property, vacation homes, land, lots on the lake too, just places where people can go and they can just drive and not fly, non-congested vacation situations. You're not seeing people going on cruises or going to resorts necessarily at right now, but you are seeing them. I see people buying lake houses, people buying houses up in the Ozarks and the mountains right now. Just someplace you can take your family within driving distance and still have some social distance, but still have a good time. And why not? Rates are low. It's a good investment, and it's something you can have long term.
Yeah, and who doesn't love a good weekend away at a lake house or in a cabin in the mountains? Patrick, if viewers at home are interested in partaking in these low rates and maybe want to learn more, where can they reach you guys out to get some help with all of that?
Yeah, so give us a call at Bank of Little Rock Mortgage, where we can be reached at 501-219-9100. Also, blrmortgage.com, Facebook, Twitter, all the usual suspects there.
The usual suspects. I love it. Well, Patrick, thanks so much for coming on and reminding us once again that if you want to maybe buy a house, now is probably the time. We'll have more Good Morning Arkansas on the other side of this commercial break.